morning and welcome to another beautiful episode of Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. My name is Favor. I like to be called Favorite, and with me on the show today is AEDC Welumi.
Hello, thank you, favorites. And yeah, I like the new casual corporate looking combination. I don't know where to place that, but
Well,
it's looking good.
thank you for your not so good compliments. Well, if you just
Did you say not so good compliment? Oh, come on, no, it was a good compliment, and you know that.
all right, so you can be a part of our show today via the link in the description. And of course, there are so many other ways you can join us, one of which is via a phone call. You can just call us on our phone lines and have a light conversation with us, brief one. And of course, we'd also love to hear you share your opinions with us. The phone lines or the phone number is
091-213-23978. 091-23213-978.
all right. That's the phone line. Of course, like I said earlier, you can also join us via the link in the description.
Yeah. And not to forget, we have interesting lineup. We have our top story, the entertainment gist, sports update, and the weird facts. If you recall from last episodes, we had a really weird fact. I'm looking forward to
Today's
episode.
yeah.
All right. So without further ado, let's move straight to our top stories. And the first one is about COVID-19. 2.5 million US donated vaccine doses arrive Nigeria. Okay.
The last, I don't know, the last.
Did we finish? Did we exhaust the last
last
vaccine?
2 point something too. I'm not sure how we managed
To exhaust
one.
that, but it's good.
But well,
It's interesting to see that Nigerians are, getting their vaccine, and
yet
really good.
we are not seeing the growing numbers of people who are taking the vaccine.
That's another topic for another day.
So the United States Embassy in Abuja has announced the arrival of 2.5 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine to Nigeria on Thursday. According to the embassy, the National Primary Health Care and Development Agency received the vaccines and ensured that they were taken to cold storage in preparations for distribution to over 3,000 health facilities across all 36 states and the FCT. The embassy also listed efforts the U.S. government had made to support the Nigerian government in its mass vaccination campaign, stating that it had donated over 13 million doses to Nigeria in partnership with COVAX.
Wow.
Now, that's the point too. Like we said earlier, imagine since the vaccine was made,
Yep.
we've had over 13 million distributed to Nigeria, and I don't think the number
13 million has arrived in Nigeria.
exactly
But as 13 million vaccines being
been administered.
administered to
less
30 million
has
Nigerians.
half 13 million been administered? That's the question. Not even has 13 million. Has half of 13 million?
As half of that 13 million.
Well, moving on.
All right, moving on to our next top story. This one is adding other sack of AEDC management, Buhari. You know what? I've had it up to here.
So,
I have had it up to here with the presidency, the federal government coming out one day to terminate
People's contracts and jobs.
people's contract and
And
employment,
appointments.
and coming out the next day to say we didn't terminate their employment. So what? They just resigned.
Or someone just a letter just showed up on their table and they
Mysteriously.
answered
Remember there
to
was
it.
one issue with some
Yeah.
letters circulating in
Of course,
in the government body, and there was one issue with the ministers and some ministers that were changed.
True.
Remember when we covered that story? So I've had it up to here, man. If you're going to let someone go, let them go. Do it with your chest.
Well, clearly the presidency's aide clearly stated that concerning the news that hit the internet and Nigeria yesterday about a couple of days back about how the president had ordered the dismissal of the Abuja Electrical Distribution Company's chairman. But clearly, they just came up to say they were not responsible for such. The president didn't give such instructions. I'm worried about why the news went as far as that without the president having to carry out such
But what was interesting
such
to
call. So I'm not sure
who now gave
the call.
exactly who gave the call.
All right, moving on.
All right. This one is the sad story of Dowen College. Buhari promises appropriate punishments to those culpable.
Wow.
But those are kids, right?
Yeah.
So appropriate punishment will be what?
I'm not
5
sure.
years in GB.
I'm not sure. And why is the president concerned about this one? There have been so
Exactly.
many things we've actually tabled or fronted that he hasn't really been concerned about.
No, I
But
think you should rephrase that. He has not really given
paid
attention or given a
to.
response or reply
Yeah,
to
but
that.
it,
A private owned college
yeah,
in a governor run state.
in a governorship run state, yeah. How does it concern the
Why
federal?
would you like do you
all
get
the way
all the way
down?
from
What concerns one kid?
highest is you could give sorry it's called you highest give a condolence speech
Okay.
letter. I think letter is like a really nice way to go about it.
Anyways, I don't want to say over. I don't want to say overreactions happen, but
They need to happen.
yeah. All right, moving on.
All right. Buhari, Tinubu, and others mourn Ojodu students, and the school is shut.
Oh well, honestly, it's a very bizarre and disturbing news as the Lagos State government has ordered the closure of Ojodu Grammar School, Babs Fafunwa Millennium School, till January 2022, following the death of some pupils. The Punch Metro had reported that a truck driver on Tuesday crushed pupils of the school on Ogunisi Road Grammar School bus stop. The students were going home from after closing. We're going home after closing from school around 2 p.m., where the truck ran over them. The police, in a statement, said 2 of the victims were confirmed dead and 12 others injured, adding that the truck driver was in detention. Some of the parents, however, stormed the school on Wednesday looking for their children, just as other pupils took to the streets to protest. Wow.
You know what? You know why I'm quiet?
From the one of
You know why I'm quiet?
Dowen College.
I'm trying to question the priorities of I won't say the government, but sadly I have to say the government, because why is the school shut? That's my question.
So
Why is the school shut?
clearly, you remember
It's not like
how
I see the school packed the children and put them on the road.
yeah, but I mean, some actions had to be taken for security reasons.
It's not like as if the
parents who actually
government
came
schools don't have school buses.
No, hold up. So when the parents came out to protest, one of the reasons
students protest.
Students protested, and parents also came out to
Look
question.
For their children.
Yeah, look
to
for
what
their
you read.
children. Now, if they don't get proper answers, of course there will be more chaos. There will be more chaos in the school premises. You can't have normal academics going on when people can't account for their kids, the whereabouts of their
Technically, they're in the exam period.
No, that's not what it is.
Schools are vacating next week.
Do you
Government
remember,
schools are vacating next week.
Do you remember how mobs always take on people when actions like this? How jungle justice always comes into play?
You would rate students mayhem and compare that to a mob's mayhem. Is that what you're doing?
The fact that whoever was driving that truck ran over the kids. I'm sure this is a school premise. They must have
It's the road. It's the road.
Okay.
Right?
Now, let me read over again so you can understand that. The truck driver crushed the pupils of the school on Ogunisi Road Grammar School bus stop.
That's the name of the bus stop. It's Grammar School bus stop.
Well, apparently the school would be around that premise, and at that time, students would be in transit around that period.
Exactly. Now you get what I'm saying. So what they should have done is probably, number one, investigate how that occurred, see where the fault is coming from, and then number two, sanction the truck. We know truck drivers to be
that's my
reckless.
That's my point. So the parents would want justice, and to follow up properly, these are the kind of actions you would see them carry out. They would want to protest.
To seek for their children. No, the parents didn't protest. They were looking for their children. That's what you read. That's what you read.
That's what the news said, exactly.
Students protested. And you saw how police, of course, you know police and protest, they don't go together.
I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from. You just want to...
No, I'm not. No.
Because...
I do not like when we are trying to...
So what would you say? The school should continue?
I'm not saying the school should continue. There's a proper way. Stop running from avoiding a problem creates more problem.
Okay.
when you shut the school down to prevent chaos,
Okay.
without giving parents adequate or without giving them proper answers, without even giving them answers at all, they grow impatient, and sooner or later that will lead to another thing.
Okay, so now let me ask you a question. Now, for the kids that are in hospitals and the one who or the ones who lost their lives,
Yeah.
what is expected of their parents at the time?
How do you mean what you expect of my parents? Anybody will be worried. Anybody who loses anybody will be sad.
So if either ways,
Yeah.
parents would always be worried, including the ones you're saying they should have their children return to school.
Now you're getting my point.
They are also worried about
Exactly.
the
the
point
safety of
is
their
the
children,
worry is
even
the
if
safety.
exactly you get.
So now that they are not sure where they stand with safety, they would carry out protests to know what the government is doing about this action that was
Typical
taken.
Nigerian parent who sees that their children or students, their wards are not safe in a particular environment would, number one, the first step is always evacuate their ward from that premise. Not even protest. Protest comes way later.
Okay, before we quickly continue, a quick one. Do you know why the Dowen College was shut down?
Because the school was giving false testimony to
No,
what
that's
happened,
not
and they
why
were
it
not
was
even
shut down.
cooperating at all.
That's
So why were they shut down?
because they haven't been able to bring out the people who carried out the actions.
That's
the
why
school
I said they
hasn't
were giving
tendered
false testimony.
Exactly,
They
so-
gave, according to their statement, they said he fell while playing football, which is false.
Now, that's the point. So with Nigerian parents, or with the system we're in Nigeria, the kind of answers we expect to get, if we don't get them,
Yeah.
apparently the kind of actions we'll take, one of which is, do you remember we had the news about how a school was shut down because they received threats in the States? And how we talked about it, saying they received threats and nothing has happened, but the school already said
But the school
there should be a
explains
closure.
that we received the threats, and for the safety of your students, we recommend that we shut the school down. But they involved the police, and they also said when proper investigation is carried out, we'll know what actions to take.
Let's just move on. I don't think you understand
What I just want to say is I don't like how they face the school, and they're not going to
Clearly.
do anything about the trucks,
Okay.
right? But I think
Moving on.
on the good side, they didn't kill the truck driver. He's in prison, so it's good. Lastly, on the first half of our top story is Gunmen assassinate Katsina Commissioner Nasir in his house.
That's so sad.
Wow.
Well,
No
I'm
one
just
is
going to
safe.
read through this.
Right,
the
please do.
Commissioner of Police, Katsina State Command, Mr. Sanisu Bubar, confirmed the incident when he visited the residence of the deceased on Thursday evening at Fatima Shemar Estate in Katsina.
Yeah.
Bubar explains that the command has started investigating the incident, saying that an arrest has already been made. As you can see, we've successfully evacuated the corpse to the hospital. An investigation has started. An arrest has also been made. A suspect has been arrested. An investigation has since begun. He said Nasir, a former Department of State security officer, also worked with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in Abuja. Well, apparently,
In
he's
his
so rest in
house.
peace.
In his house. Jesus, that's crazy.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we get back, of course, we'll continue with our top stories. Sit tight.
Welcome to the world of fast cars, Rolexes, champagne, and beautiful people inside the most upscale party scenes across Africa. Think you know luxury? Think again. Fresh episodes drop every week. Mark your calendar because you wouldn't want to miss this one. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808 110 5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back on the show. Of course, it's Hello Africa, and my name is Favor Aya. I like to be called Favor. I still have with me my host on the show, Adebisi Pelumi.
Thank you. Right, good to be here.
Well, just in case you're just joining us, we have had our first half of the top stories. You can be a part of our conversation as we continue with our second half via the link in the description. And of course, you can also call us on our phone lines.
0912
Yeah.
1323 978. 0912 1323 978.
All right, thank you. You can join us via our phone lines too and be a part of our conversation. Moving on with our top stories this morning. This one says Boris and Carrie Johnson announce birth of baby daughter.
Yay! Big congrats to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson, and his wife, Carrie Johnson. And the mother and the daughter are both doing well. They're very stable. A spokeswoman for the couple, made this announcement. So shout out to the NHS and shout out to everyone. Welcome the new baby girl.
Okay, moving on. This one says sole survivor of India helicopter crash fights for his life as country mourns victims.
Yeah, 13 people.
So sad.
13 people were killed in that crash, and even he is in a critical state, but he's stable, and people are hoping that he, comes out of it and is treated, properly. So yeah.
Okay. That being said, this one says Ukrainian military report says Russia boosted troops to 120,000 near border. You can trust them.
Well, so the first time we had this Russia-Ukraine conversation, like I said, I mentioned that it was going to be a lengthy conversation. Right? The U.S., the United Nations, it wasn't ending anytime soon. They're going to be having conversations about that, and even Vladimir Putin has also described the suggestion that Russia would invade Ukraine as provocative. Russia is pursuing a peaceful foreign policy, but it has the right to ensure its safety during a televised conference. That's what Vladimir Putin said. And I don't see how increasing 120,000 troops near the border of a neighboring country as peaceful foreign policy. I mean, it's really strange, our idea of peace in this generation. Not in this generation, as the human race, generally. Our idea of peace is very, very funny. And I don't want to say this, but if you've seen this Avengers movie, Age of Ultron, the main bad guy said, men of peace build weapons of war. You can see the irony there. Keeping peace, but preparing for war. That's just contradictory. But anyways, the United States is still involved. The international community is still involved. Let's hope that I really did stop saying let's hope. But all things considered, if at some point they can have a reasonable dialogue, be diplomatic about it and sort out whatever issue Ukraine and Russia has.
All right, moving on. This one says Chile's Congress votes to legalize same-sex marriage.
All right, so the chambers, I'm just going to read through. The chambers of deputies, the lower house of Congress passed the bill with 82 votes in favor and 20 against and 2 abstentions. The bill had already been approved by Chile's Senate, and the motion was first presented in 2017 by Socialist President Michelle Bachelet, but stalled in Congress until current President Sebastián Pinera voted his support. Pinera, a right-wing conservative politician, said earlier this year that he supported marriage equality. He is expected to now sign the bill into law. I think the time has come for equal marriage in our country, Pinera said in June. In this way, all people without distinction by sexual orientation will be able to live, love, and form a family with all the protection and dignity that they need and deserve. Pinera's term as president is winding down with a runoff vote between candidates Jose Antonio and Gabriel Boric scheduled for later this month. Chile has legally recognized same-sex civil unions since 2015. Right now, I feel like this is more of a political move than a progressive move for the human race generally. It's not like as if it's starting to sound like it's because of his term that he wants to probably prolong or something that he's doing this. But either way, it's a win for the LGBTQ community.
Oh, well, that's it with our top stories. We'll take another quick break, and when we get back, of course, we'll bring you our entertainment gist.
We live in a confusing world, and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back on the show. That was Adebisi with the other half of our top stories.
Technically, it was both of us, but
Okay,
it's
thank
fine.
you for
No,
holding it down.
I like taking the accolades. You can continue doing that.
All right, moving on to our entertainment news. Ned Nwoko explains separation from Moroccan wife, dispels Kayamata rumors. Oh yeah.
What is
Clearly.
Kayamata?
I'm not sure.
No,
you might want to
I
ask.
know you're sure. I know you know.
Well, there's it's a name given to I don't know.
I'm trying to
some form of
educate our
spiritual
audience.
thing that
Okay.
they use for people.
They
It's like
what-
a charm, more like an enchantment done on people
to
win them over or
to win-
entrap them.
To entrap
exactly.
them. Okay.
Clearly, you know what it means.
No, I've just heard social media noise about it, but I've not really.
That's the much I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on now. BBNaija star Maria tests positive for COVID-19.
Oh, so
Get well soon, Maria. Seyi Shay sparks pregnancy rumor in new video. Okay. Congrats if you're pregnant, and if you're not pregnant,
big ups to you.
get pregnant. Having a fallout with Kiddwaya was tough. DJ Cuppy. Now I'm
Wow.
surprised about this one. Why?
Well, I'm
Because I know Florence is a very strong and independent person, right? So for her to say it was tough, it must have taken a toll.
Well, they were friends. There are certain things that could just get you off your mood instantly. So she said clearly they were in a reality show together, and I think he coincidentally mentioned the fact that she's wealthy is the reason she's still single. And it wasn't a very...
That's a low
that
blow.
didn't sit,
That's
But you know Kiddwaya. Everyone knows Kiddwaya and how he talks.
yeah,
so,
it can be really lousy.
yeah.
Sorry.
So, but that didn't
Apologies.
really sound good and well
But yeah,
with
it
her.
can be really lousy. It's not going to go that way with anybody. Why would you say that? Even if that's the truth, of which is not the truth, but even if it was, he wasn't supposed to come out like that saying it.
Yeah,
there's a difference between being blunt and just being rude.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference. That
All
was
right.
being rude. Anyways, actor Samuel Ajibola bags master's degrees, thanks Obasanjo for mentorship. Okay. Shout out to Obasanjo for still.
Well, big ups to you,
investing
Mr.
in
Samuel Ajibola. Ever
younger
since the
generation.
Johnsons, since he left the Johnsons, I haven't heard from him until now. Apparently, I hope he's not diving back into education and leaving acting for us.
Yeah, well, whatever pays the bills.
Well, yes, that's true.
All
All right,
right.
we'll take another break now. And when we get back, of course, BC will be here to take you on our sports update.
Aren't you tired of playing different types of games that require in-app purchases? Here's something that might bring a smile to your game face. Introducing Smart Money Live Trivia Show on TV. You play against others to win cool cash prizes weekly. Participation is simple. Follow and interact with Blackdrum TV on its social media handles. Join the live show daily on TV 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Post all correct answers on Blackdrum TV IG page. Fastest fingers always have an advantage. That's it. You're on your way to being selected to play for massive cash in our live studio face-off. Tell your friends to tell their friends of the new trivia show that gives cash rewards. Enquiries and sponsorships, contact marketing 0808 1105 907 or marketing at blackdrum.tv.
Hello and welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. And if you're just joining us, you've missed our top stories and our entertainment gist, but not to worry, we still have the sports updates and the work facts to catch you up on, or you can catch up with rather. You can be a part of this conversation via the link in the description. Without delaying you, let's move straight to our sports update. So the first story in the sports is Brian's Kimmich out until January after COVID-19 related lung damage. Wow, didn't even know COVID could damage lungs. Bayern Munich said on Thursday that their star midfielder Joshua Kimmich would not return to action until January as he recovers from lung damage caused by COVID-19. Kimmich, who is unvaccinated, tested positive for coronavirus last month. I'm happy my self-isolation caused by the coronavirus has ended, said Kimmich, expected to be one of Germany's leading players at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. I'm doing very well, but I'm not yet able to train fully due to slight infiltrations in my lungs. I will therefore do some rehabilitative training and can't wait to be fully back in action in January. The midfielder will miss Bayern's home game against FSV Mainz on Saturday, the away game at Stuttgart on December 14, and the final game of the year against Wolfsburg at the Allianz Arena on December 17th. Kimmich sparked the vaccination debate in Germany last month when the 26-year-old admitted he had so far opted against being inoculated due to personal reasons. Apologies about that. Barcelona crash out of Champions League, dropped to Europa for first time in 20 years. As much as I'm not a hater of Barcelona, but it feels really good. I mean, like really good to read this story. I'll take it again. Barcelona crash out of Champions League, dropped to Europa for the first time in 20 years, and definitely not the last time in coming years. Barcelona crashed out of the Champions League in the group stage for the first time in over 20 years with a 3-0 defeat at the hands of Bayern Munich on Wednesday, as Benfica, French champions Lille, and Red Bull Salzburg all qualified for the last 16. Meanwhile, Chelsea missed out on first place in their group to Juventus after conceding a late equalizer away to Zenit St. Petersburg, while snow in northern Italy forced the postponement of Atalanta's decisive game against Villarreal. Barcelona started the day in second place in Group E, but had to win away to Bayern Munich to be sure of going through, otherwise they risked being overtaken by Benfica. Xavi and Ade's side were duly outclassed by an already qualified Bayern, who made it 6 wins out of 6 in the group, with Thomas Muller's 34th minute header just crossing the line before Ronald Araujo could clear. The game was played behind closed doors at the Allianz Arena due to coronavirus restrictions in Bavaria, but that did not keep handicap Bayern, with Leroy Sané's powerful strike doubling in their lead before the break, and then Jamal Musiala making it 3-0 just after the hour. Eagles may make semi-finals at AFCON, Obafemi. Former Super Eagles defender Abiodun Obafemi says the current Eagles have what it takes to get to semi-final of next year's Africa Cup of Nations holding in Cameroon. The three-time Africa champions' preparation for the biennial tournament has been marred with uncertainty over the future of head coach Gernot Rory following the team's underwhelming display. Rory came under heavy criticism again following his team's poor performance in their 1-1 draw with Cape Verde at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in November, with many calling for the Franco-German sack. With just 31 days to the tournament in Cameroon, speculations continue to trail who leads the Eagles to the tournament after the coach had earlier confirmed to The Punch that the Nigeria Football Federation wanted him to quit as the head coach of the national team. "Not yet, but that's what they want me to do," Rory replied when asked about by their correspondent if he had been sacked by the NFF. However, speaking with The Punch, the Atlanta 96 gold medalist said such a situation wasn't the best ahead of the tournament, but believed Nigeria have the quality to make it to at least the semi-final. This is a really sad but hopeful one. Football legend Pelé hospitalized for tumor treatment. Brazilian football legend Pelé has been hospitalized for treatment of a previously identified colon tumor, his doctor said, in the latest health problem for the 81-year-old. The three-time World Cup winner was admitted to Albert Einstein's Hospital in Sao Paulo, Brazil, for follow-up treatment of the colon tumor identified in September this year. His medical team said in a statement on Wednesday, the patient is stable and is expected to be released in the coming days. The statement gave no details on the seriousness of his tumor or how the treatment is progressing. Pelé underwent surgery for the tumor on September 4th, spending a month in the hospital before being released to continue chemotherapy from home. Considered by many as one of the greatest footballers of all time, Edson Arantes, Pelé's real name, Edson Arantes do Nascimento, Pelé's real name, has been in poor health in recent years and has spent various stints in the hospital. Hip surgery left him with recurring pain and he cannot now walk unaided. The only player in football history to win 3 World Cups in 1958, 1962 and 1970. He burst onto the global stage at just 17 with dazzling goals, including 2 in the final against host Sweden as Brazil won the World Cup for the first time in 1958. And lastly, for the sports updates, 13 Tottenham players' staff test positive for COVID-19. Tottenham Hotspur manager Antonio Conte has revealed that players on his team and some of his backroom staff have contracted the COVID-19 virus. Conte, who was scheduled for an in-person pre-match press conference on Wednesday, was only able to take questions virtually due to the incident where he revealed that 8 players and 5 of his staff had the virus. The Italian expressed his frustration as the situation The Italian expressed his frustration at the situation at the club, stating that he was unsure of the status of their European Conference League fixture against Rennes on Thursday. He said, to speak about football today is impossible. The last situation made me very upset. I think the situation is serious. There's a big infection now, and now for sure we are a bit scared because tomorrow we don't know what happens. And that's all for our sports updates. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the Weird Facts. Don't go anywhere.
Black Drum Creative Hub is the only show that focuses on the creative sector, the show of shows. On this show, we dissect issues that are critical to the creative space, talk to and engage key players in the sector, and we showcase the heart of the creative industry, from the shows, the behind the scenes of the shows, the innovations, and of course, the tales by moonlight. Finally, we have a show we can rightly call the Creative Portal, a fulcrum for growing the entertainment sector. For inquiries and partnerships, contact marketing at 080-811-05907 or marketing at blackdrum.tv.
Black Drum Sessions video series showcases African indigenous musicians performing live in our studios. Come take a trip around Africa through authentic and indigenous voices. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing at blackdrum.tv.
My name is Edauto.
My name is Anke.
Akilabi.
Kayefi Osha.
Adering Sola.
My name is Fine Art, and you are watching.
And you are watching.
Simi J. You're watching Black Drum Session.
Welcome back. It's still your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. And if you're just joining us, like I said, we've concluded our top stories, entertainment gist, including our sports updates. And now it's time for the favorite part of the show, my favorite part of the show, basically, the weird facts. And like my co-host will say, get a notepad and take down some of the weird facts, and some other facts that are weird, just accept them, I think.
All right, so let's go.
No, you take the first weird facts. Do the honors.
Mosquitoes are even worse than you think in experiments, not even remotely as cute as tickling rats. Scientists have discovered that mosquitoes urinate on us while feeding on our blood. They're exploring ways to prevent this and thereby control the spread of dengue fever, yellow fever, and other diseases.
First of all, I'm feeding you and you're taking a piss on me. That's some bad manners. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. All mosquitoes should be wiped out.
Can you do that?
No, I can't. I just felt like...
All right, moving on.
All right, tiny tickles. What must have been the cutest science experiment of all time. Neuroscientists discovered that rats laugh when tickled. Aww. Why in the world would I want to tickle a rat? That's just a filthy thing to do.
What exactly is causing that?
What exactly?
The rat, we're tickling it.
It's two things. You see a rat, you kill it or you run. It's one of the two.
All right, this one says we all have a little gold in us. The human body contains about 0.2 milligrams of gold, mostly in our blood. Can you come and remove my own? I just need 0.1 out of the 0.2. If they are sure it's pure gold.
Is it per pint of blood or per syringe? I need to know how many pints to extract.
To be able to get 0.2.
Exactly, to be able to find the gold that I'm looking for. All right. Alaska is home to a type of frog that allows itself to freeze every year. The wood frog turns 2/3 of its body water into ice, then in spring falls out and keeps on hopping.
Oh, wow. Okay, this one says, in seahorses, it's the male who gets pregnant and gives birth. Oh, no. The female no. The female seahorse deposits her egg inside the male, who fertilizes and carries them inside a pouch until they are ready to be born.
This is just so wrong.
It was so wrong reading.
It's so wrong.
Not talk more or talk less of experiencing.
I do not want to experience. Here's my question. I feel like the heavens made a joke of humans when they created the seahorses to be doing this. And like, let's joke with these people. Because I believe every woman on earth right now would wish they could do this. Like, just get pregnant, dump it in the guy, japa. Do you know how many fatherless babies would have fathers? About now. Like someone coming to meet you and say, I'm pregnant for you. Like, it's a lie. I'm not the one with the pregnancy. And okay, no problem. And then somehow the baby is inside you. No, I do not. No, sir.
All right, moving on.
The most prolific mom of all time was Fyodor Vasilev, who had 69 children. She gave birth to 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. And she was alive giving birth to all of this. Wait, hold up. To one father.
How many years intervals?
To one father or to
several
fathers. We need to find out what is going on. If it's to one father, then that man. You know what? I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, she's doing well. This one says your ears may still pick up sound after you die, but every muscle in your body relaxes at the time of death, include the nose that controls the bowels. This sometimes results in a final bowel movement post-death. Why exactly are we talking about death today? What exactly is prompting death in the whole of...
Moving on. Okay. Researchers suspect that fish communicate through the noise of their farts. Just like some teenage boy.
Okay. Interesting.
Wait, hold on.
Have you seen those things?
First off, at some other episode, we discovered some animals. What was the animal now? Was it fish or frog or something? Communicated. Lobsters.
Yeah, lobsters.
Lobsters communicated using their urines. Fish communicate using fat. What is wrong with sea animals?
You want to question God?
No, I think Poseidon needs to answer some questions.
All right. I think we've had quite a good number.
No. This is the night one.
Okay. So this one says in 2008, a 13-year-old boy was arrested for farting too much in school. The sheriff's office and the sheriff's office said he continually disrupted his classroom environment with intentional flatulence.
What? Why would they?
I'm forced to say this thing the Nigerian way because all this grammar here right now.
For mess. You get what do you mean by intentional flatulence?
You're making it sound like it was even so much like
you're making it sound like it's some French order. My guy. Mess.
That BC does conveniently.
I get I think is from now on, favorite. I would consider having intentional flatulences everywhere.
No, I'm about to have
an intentional.
Have
you eaten better ewagoin and bread
went to school?
That by the time it hook you cannot even say
your
flatulence. Sir, I need to go and mess.
You don't take any permission. You go in and drop what you want to drop. And once you are done, you say, if you are, those of us that are trained, well groomed.
Wait, hold on.
To say, hey, Joseph, don't mess. And I'm so sorry. If it smells, sometimes we even go out to explain to you that it might smell and it might not smell.
No, so what we did then was, number one, never go eat beans alone.
Someone must know you. What is it?
No. 4, 3. Just don't be alone. Like 2, 3, 4 of you should go. Come back to class. So whenever you drop mess, you're like, all of us will go chop beans. Which one of them done the?
No, you can't.
Nobody will know.
Nobody understands.
Exactly, but they know that 4 of you went to eat beans. So it's not you they're looking at. They're looking at 4 of you. Do you get?
Let me give you another secret.
How
you can do it and be in your best behavior. You don't have to smile. You don't have to give any gesture.
This guy is a flatulent criminal. You are a flatulent criminal.
All you have to do is be in a decent poise. Have your poise 100%. Keep calm.
Keep calm. I'm about to mess. Sorry, I'm about to.
And oftentimes be the one who smells good. I love beans a lot, and I always smell good. So
nice.
Now you get why I smell good. So
wait, what?
I love beans. So oftentimes the person who smells good doesn't look like the one who would do that kind of thing, who will carry out that kind of action. That's how it is.
Okay.
Don't worry, we understand public tactics. Don't worry.
The last word fact says.
Oh, we still have one.
Yeah, a hotel in Bolivia is made of salt. That includes the chairs, tables, and beds. God save you people is Bolivia. God save you people is Bolivia. Come and open branch in Nigeria, please. By all means, in Lagos, come and open branch in Lagos, please.
Well, we're open to new things.
Yeah, we're open to new things. But in a week, the hotel will not stand.
It will stand. It will stand.
It won't stand. Do you have any party jollof rice that hotel building will cook?
Oh no!
My God! All they need, that party pot. Just 10. Just 10.
Well,
Just 10 will remove the reception.
Calm down, BT. We have salt and we use it well.
Yeah, but we buy it. This one is a building of salt. Just staying there, staring like, come and use me. Oh, God.
All right, it's been a great show today. I really want to thank you for joining us. And, of course, my co-host at DBC for holding it down on the show today.
That's how we do.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Yeah.
Today is Friday. Of course, I'd expect you to have fun. And, of course, don't drink and drive. We're in the Christmas season already. I don't know if you're experiencing it. Winter is here.
It's starting.
So make sure you prepare to spend it with your family and have the best of celebrations. Okay, it's weekend. I can only help but have fun today.
All right, and thank you all for joining us. And remember, like he said, it's the weekend. Have fun, don't drink and drive. Wear a nose mask, and if you're not vaccinated, get your vaccine, keep that social distance, and pump up your personal hygiene. Wash your hands, sanitize,
Have you been vaccinated?
and all of that. Thank you for joining us on the show today. I am at DBC Pelumi, simply BC. Catch
all
you
right,
all
and I'm
in the next
Favor.
episode.
Favor, I like to be called Favorite. See you again.